Hey guys, it's On Deck Ty here. Welcome back into another talk show. And in today's talk show, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about fantasy baseball strategies because the baseball season is right around the corner. So excited, guys, about baseball. And I just had a fantasy draft last night. I mean, not last night, but like a couple nights ago. So I'm just pumped. So let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for watching my talk show on fantasy baseball strategies. Let me just talk about my daily shoutouts. My daily shoutouts are Colin-ator. Subscribe to him and turn on the post notifications, and also Ryco Sports. Turn on the post notifications and subscribe because they subscribed and turn on the post notifications and hit the bell icon. I mean, are active on my videos. So make sure you do that to get daily shoutouts. So let's get into fantasy baseball strategy. Major League Baseball has a long history in fantasy sports, and it was only a matter of time before it became DFS's obsession. It is probably the most popular sport besides the NFL in terms of fantasy sports, though the NBA is close to second. On a day-to-day basis, baseball is easily the most vital sport. There is a reason that the MLB season is rather long, 162 games. It's because the game is riddled with short-term luck. This is something you'll no doubt experience if you decided to gear up for MLB Daily Fantasy. Compared to other professional sports, baseball is a game of small edges. Even when the best pitcher in the league faces the worst, his team will still win only 70 to 80% of the time. It's not one-sided, and even the best hitters in the league fail to get a hit 7 out of 10 times. Baseball is a statistical paradise, and the game has so many different ways to evaluate player performance for both hitters and pitchers. Knowing which of these stats to focus on is a key area of winning in baseball. In this talk show, I'll talk you through what to look for both hitters and pitchers, league scoring and roster size. Before we get into building a lineup, it's crucial to read over the scoring rules for each site, guys, along with having a plan for the roster size. These factors can be quite significant and should not be ignored. I'm not going to talk about the rules because it's different on different sites. So yeah. Um, Choosing your lineup and hitters is the most crucial aspect of becoming a winner at fantasy baseball. If possible, you want to fill your lineup with a team of potential home run hitters. Since power numbers have sharply dropped since the steroid ERA, this attends to players who hit a lot of extra base hits, home runs, and are game changers. And if a few of you guys blast a couple of bombs in a given day, it would be tough to lose. Choosing players near the top of the batting order is almost always the way to go. You will get more at-bats, runs, or RBIs opportunities, and will be surrounded by better players. One of the popular tactics to stack a number of players from the same team, and that's what I did on my fantasy baseball team. Several years ago, sites allowed players to use a lineup of hitters all from the same team. This is no longer allowed at the vast majorities of sites, and most force players to use 3 different teams to make up their lineup. Still, stacking 2 or 3 teams remains effective. It can be a risky strategy, but has proven to be successful time and time again. Even in cash games like head-to-heads, 50-50s, if a lineup is projected to score a lot of runs, grabbing the 2, 3, 4 hitters can be hugely beneficial. You will give yourself a chance to score multiple times when the runs are racked up by the top of the order. Stacking players from 2 to 3 teams is sound strategy for any league type. Stolen bases are something to consider. However, a guy with a power and speed combination can be deadly in certain matchups. Pitchers with slow delivers and poor defensive catchers are base stealers' dream come true. I wouldn't target players specifically for their stolen base potential, but it's worth considering if you already are thinking of playing them. S can be worth as much as double on certain sites, so they can truly help your school. Other things to consider are lefty-righty splits. Ballpark factors and weather splits are the most notable aspect to consider when picking a hitter, a factor I will go into more in the next section. Pitching will be a strong source of points for your lineup. Expensive starters are usually the way to go, especially if you're on a site that offers only one starting pitcher slot. Some sites will offer 2 spots, and others will allow players to pick from a combination of starters and relievers. Beating MLB DFS is a grind to the absolute highest degree. The sheer number of games combined with a season that drags on for 6 months or more can wear on just about anyone, even the biggest baseball fan. The best way to start learning daily fantasy baseball is to start playing. There's no need for a large bankroll to start. There are plenty of free and low-price contests to enjoy when you're learning the ropes. That's all for today's talk show. See you guys in the next one.